Welcome to the Austin All Day Podcast. This is episode 8. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into Austin's culinary frequency. Have you ever considered a charcuterie plate being delivered to your doorstep? Well, consider it now with Spread & Co. Established in 2016, Spread & Co. makes handcrafted charcuterie plates with homemade jams, pickles, and dips and delivers it to your doorstep. Place an order today at spreadandco.com and visit them on Instagram to liven up your day at Spread & Co. Here with me is Chef John Vasquez of Bangers on Rainey Street. Please grab a drink, sit back. It's the day before Easter. Enjoy Easter Sunday brunch and listen. Chef John from Bangers.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And how's Bangers?
No, it's good. We've been pretty busy, hitting our goal and surpassing it by a lot. So it's just been a lot of work, a lot of stress. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, it's worth it. That's what I feel like.
You're working tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is
Easter brunch.
Easter brunch.
I can't wait for that.
I'm sure you amongst some others are dreading that situation. Or are you looking forward to it, actually?
A tad bit of both.
Yeah.
You
guys got anything special planned?
No, just regular brunch service. But,
okay.
Even when we have like a regular brunch service or a 3-day weekend, it just gets hectic. And
A little hectic, yeah.
It's fun, though, man. Like, we get into like a rhythm off the bat.
Yeah.
We'll go on an hour and a half, 2-hour wait within like 30 minutes and upwards to like a 3-hour wait.
Oh, yeah. But people are waiting.
People are waiting.
Rainey Street. That's like the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pretty much take up almost 3 lots. Just insane the size of it since we opened up the new building. And
New building. Because that's how old? What, a year?
The new building, maybe like 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Not even
or maybe
year.
less than
I'm
6 months.
overshooting
Really.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. Now it's a compound. It's insane.
Yeah. Can't complain about that, though. And that's working well for business? You guys filling it up?
Yeah, you know what? It actually has more room for people to hang out. If they're waiting, we have another bar on the other side.
Yeah. So are there kitchens on both sides?
There's a kitchen in the basement. It's more like an event kitchen. We have a basement that we rent out for like private dinners, weddings, things like that.
Are you taking care of those responsibilities?
I am. I'm the event chef. So anytime we have an event, catering or banquet, I'll be there.
And I'm sure there's been plenty since the space has kind of opened up.
Oh, yeah. We've had some large ones upwards up to like 1,800 people. So we have another one of those coming up in a week or two.
Cool.
So, that's lots of planning and...
Yeah. So Bangers is how old for you? How long have you been over there?
I've been there about 9 months.
9 months?
Yeah, time's flying.
And I know I've talked to you a little bit. You're happy there. It's pretty cool, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Like, it's honestly one of the top organizations I've worked for. Like top 2 restaurants for sure, and like maybe top organization. It's...
The owner's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, the owner's super cool. Like, the culture there is just amazing.
Yeah.
They really are all about quality of life. There's not many places where like the owner would be like, dude, take 2 weeks off.
Right.
Like, I don't care. You're taking 2 weeks off. If I see you here at work, like, you're going to have a talking to you. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm going to take 2 weeks off. 2 days off. So
quality of life is definitely important, especially in this industry, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're pretty busy around February, March. South by kind of was crusher, but, it was cool. It was worth it. That's my first South by there. And
what'd you think? So last year during South by, you were nowhere near South by. Is that correct?
That's correct. Last year during South by, I was at the UT Golf Club.
UT Golf Club.
And so for there, it's like the complete 180. Just completely dead,
So it's the whole atmosphere, right? A different clientele. You're in a
different
part
clientele. It's a kind of like a private country club.
Different part of Austin.
Yeah, different part. It's out towards Steiner Ranch.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty out there. Did you live out there on
no,
off 620 at all?
I was living up north by the Domain around that time.
That can be not too bad of a commute.
No, it's not. But the days I had to be there at 8 a.m., it was like at least an hour and a half drive because
Yeah.
360 and 620 and 2222 was all just
Congested.
bumper the entire time.
Yeah. That hasn't gotten any better. So I'm sure you don't miss that.
No, I don't. But
Chef Grant, right?
Chef Grant, he actually lives out there by Cedar Park, so for him it's just a straight shot down 620.
Right. So that works well for him.
Yeah, for him it does.
So how was that working over there with them?
It was good. I started working with him at the Weston.
Grant.
Yeah.
Downtown?
Yeah, no, Weston Domain.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I started there with him.
Was that with Chef Patrick Taylor or?
No, just Chef Grant. He was he just became exec chef, I think.
Okay,
right?
when he left, Chef Patrick took over. Okay, cool.
And then, because after Chef Grant left, he pretty much called me like a week or two later saying that he's going to have a spot open if I wanted it. And probably like a month and a half before, it became open. And then it just became like a waiting time.
You guys are, you obviously work well together with your buddies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I've gone over his place. He's huge, like woodworking.
Yeah.
So I've gone over there and kind of messed around, made my own Yoki board, things like that.
Cool. He's into the crafts.
Kind of cool. Yeah, for sure.
Making new handles for knives and stuff like that.
Yeah, before he got into woodworking, he was into leather work. So we made our own knife rolls. So that was like
So do you
cool.
still have that? I'm sure.
That one I do. I use that one for like interviews or if I'm doing like private dinners.
So it's nice,
like my
right?
nice knife roll.
Oh yeah, and then you've got your everyday.
Yeah,
kind
my
of
everyday
beer.
one. Then I have my large one for catering or if I'm gonna be doing like a bunch of like random things going on.
Yeah. Catering. So catering with Bangers. Do you guys get out to many places? It's more.
Not really. Usually, right now we're doing mostly events.
Yeah, a lot more.
Like we did Wine and Swine.
Especially with the way they've laid that out there.
Yeah, usually when we do events, it's barbecue related.
Yeah.
We just opened up the barbecue business a couple months ago, and it's starting to take off.
Cool.
It's cool. We're the only whole hog barbecue in Texas.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. Just if you're there like on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, you'll see them pull the pig out and get the fire started. And
it's like you don't bury it or anything, right?
No. We have custom pig boxes that were built specifically just for that.
Wow. Well, tell me a little bit more about that. That's nuts.
Chef Ted, he designed all that equipment. He's a genius. It's anytime I talk to him, he'll drop a little bit of knowledge. It just kind of like rocks my roll. It's like
his wheels are turning all the time.
Yeah, pretty much. He's
neat.
He's been a great influence. Just learning a lot from him about barbecue.
And how's the turnout for the whole pig? I'm sure cool, right?
Oh yeah, like it's pretty cool. I like pulling the pig out like at night because then you see everybody just come up to like the window.
Yeah.
And just start asking questions, just start talking. That's one of my favorite things I like doing about this just being able to like geek out almost about food with guests. That's kind of cool.
So we bring it to UT Golf Course, totally different than Bangers right now. You're on Rainey Street. You're like the busiest, most popular area to just go walk and get a bite to eat. And I'm sure you guys are feeling that. But before UT, you're
before UT, I was at the Weston. Like I said, that's where I started working with Grant. He brought me on.
Yeah.
Before that, I was at a bed and breakfast in Kyle.
Okay.
That was cool.
You're all over the place.
I am. I just like to learn as much as possible and kind of see what opportunities come up.
Nice.
But the bed and breakfast was kind of cool because we actually had a garden, like on property. It was like maybe an acre and a half lot.
Wow, that's huge.
We had two gardeners that attended to it, and they would come up to us with their little seed book and kind of pick out which produce we wanted and around what time of year. And
like examples, any examples of what you guys were growing?
We grew all of our herbs, our own chives, our own onions, green onions, okra we had going on, corn we had going on.
Cool.
We tried doing artichokes and eggplants. And
are they still doing all that?
I believe so. Last time I checked, they were still doing that. It was great because you would be making dinner for like 30, 40 people and walk outside and snip, some bay leaves or, hey, I need some chives. Let me just run out there and grab some. There's people out there walking the property.
Yeah. Has this translated to home? Are you?
No, not really. I don't really cook at home.
Oh, you don't cook at home either? I was going for gardening.
No. No. I wish I could, but right now it's a matter of free time.
So I'm just taking a shot in the dark here by saying you're working long enough hours that when you go home, it's not about like any kind of preparation. It's
no, like I go home, it's ham and cheese sandwich and Pringles. Like that's it, man.
Relax.
Yeah, we're like breakfast or dinner kind of thing. It's,
Yeah. Simple.
Yeah, simple
as
things.
simple as can be. Yeah.
Well,
Fill
I
me
mean,
up.
like it's just for myself.
Yeah.
If I'm cooking for other people, I'll be more than happy. And just throw down. But if it's just for me, I'm just a simple guy, man.
So right now, no family right now.
No, my parents and family live in Kyle, so
Okay, so that the bed and breakfast that's close by
Yeah.
them, that's cool. So, how old are you?
I'm 36.
36. Any plans in the future? I mean, things just happen naturally.
Yeah, things just happen. I have a plan for my end game, and it kind of didn't realize it, but I'm slowly have been taking opportunities that help me kind of achieve my end goal.
And you mind?
Honestly, I'd love to have a nonprofit at the end of the day. Just feeding,
Cool.
low income kids, or doing things like the Ronald McDonald House. Basically, just trying to cook for kids.
That's
for the
cool.
most part. I'd never had that story of the chef where it's like, I grew up cooking with my mom or my grandma, or have those memories. For me, it was more like a nurturing thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's basically kind of what got me to cooking and things like that. It's
Mom and grandma.
I have some stories, but not the ones that that
You said
inspired me to become a chef kind of thing.
Yeah, and they're in Katy. Are you from Katy?
I'm from Houston originally.
From Houston, but your folks are in Katy now.
No, in Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Katy, Houston. Okay,
Yeah.
getting a little. So they're in Kyle now, but you grew up in Houston.
Yeah.
But you got kind of your memories of kind of home cooking.
Yeah, honestly, dude, at growing up in a Mexican household, rice and beans once for every meal and things like that. And I didn't have meatloaf till I was 26.
I've heard. Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, growing up, it's mostly just Mexican food and
I've
spaghetti
heard
here and
around
there,
the holidays,
fish chest, but
or in general, Mexican homes. You're eating, and you keep eating, right?
oh yeah, dude, especially if your grandma's in town. And
That's
it's
right. That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
Okay.
you better find a reason to leave the house, or else you're gonna sit there and eat all day.
More. But I'm sure it's all delicious. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all good. That was some few memories like that. Just waking up and hearing my aunts. That came in the middle of the night. My parents never told me and my sister that that certain family was coming over, just a surprise kind of thing.
Oh yeah. And to start cooking in the middle of the night.
No, they'll get home and just start drinking coffee, and I would kind
Really?
of wake up and hear them, and then it'd be 3 in the morning. They're drinking coffee, just talking, hanging out, and I wake up at 8 to smell of breakfast, and they're up and wide awake and just doing stuff.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Well, those are good memories. So what did lead you into the idea? Because I know Le Cordon Bleu is a part of the history.
Le Cordon Bleu is a giant part of history. Before that, I was going to Texas State for graphic design.
So originally, were you thinking about becoming a chef?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I went to school. I was a physics major, and then tried government and didn't like that. Then became an art history major, then became an art major, and that's where I kind of fell into graphic design. And
Yeah.
it seems like every time I changed my major, culinary school was plan B.
Yeah.
And then one day it just kind of clicked. It's plan B is really plan A all along. I was too scared to go through with it.
So the other stuff just wasn't striking a chord.
No, not really. It's for me. I've been more on the artistic side,
Yeah.
and so for me, it's another medium of art in a way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Except now I'm adding other layers. I'm after about flavor and heat. Things like that.
Yeah. So Le Cordon Bleu happens where?
It was here in Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year was that?
2007, 2008, I think, around there.
Yeah. Do you keep up with any of the guys that have gone there? I've actually talked to.
I'm sorry, no,
a
it
few
was
of them.
2010. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Yeah. No, not really. Most people I keep in contact with are people I've worked with in California, because in culinary school I did my externship here. I got done on a Friday, and Saturday I'm in my car driving to San Diego.
Because of a position you picked up.
No, it was actually on a whim, because I was working IT at the time. Yeah, I was working IT at the time. And, going to culinary school after working 8 to 5.
Right.
And my buddy just turns to me and goes, "Hey man, my buddy Jason needs 2 roommates in San Diego. Do you want to go?" This is late January, and I asked him when. He's like, April.
Oh yeah.
And so it just worked out because my lease was up middle of May, and that's exactly when I was done with school. So it was kind of cool, let me move my stuff with you in April. I'll fly back, couch surf for a couple of weeks with friends. And
So what's San Diego like? I mean, compared to growing up in Houston and then going to school in Austin, you go to San Diego. I mean, The only thing I think when I think San Diego or California is that everything's more expensive.
Slightly, gas is more expensive for sure.
Right.
Like an extra like 50, 70 cents a gallon, but there would be days where, I'll be upset that I'm paying like, $4.80 a gallon. And then I realize it's the middle of June and I'm wearing shorts and a hoodie in the middle of the day and it just feels nice outside. And it's kind of like, it's worth it.
It's kind of nice all year, right?
Yeah, pretty much. My favorite part about San Diego is just like the farmers markets, man. Like it's just insane because, like most produce comes from down there. And so it's just strawberries picked, right down the road.
And you got involved with who? With in San Diego?
When I was down there, I took the first job I could. It was out of Hilton, so I was there for like maybe a year, and then my buddy Alan.
Can I ask why? So out of culinary school, no job initially when you drive down there, but
Correct.
what drew you towards like the Hilton or instead of opposed to a restaurant?
Okay, because I worked there like during I guess my college years, kind of waiting tables and. For me, it was like I didn't really know the area that well, so I figured I would take a corporate job, until I learned kind of the restaurants and kind of the style of food and kind of more or less like what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I was there for a year, and by that point, I knew, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and banquets, like the back of my hand, and there's really no more room for growth in a way.
Right.
Because by that point, I'm no longer learning. I'm just, plateaued in a way.
So what was the plan after that? Did you get an itch to do something different, or did you just get kind of learn what you needed to learn and do the job well?
I had like a small niche, like do something different. Just by that point, I'd been in San Diego for pretty much a year to the day, and my buddy Alan, tells me about this place that's opened up in Rancho Bernardo, and he tells me about the chefs that are working there and like their background, and we both applied. We both got the position, and it was called Avant, and it was cool. It was just like New American kind of upscale cooking, and that kind of just blew my mind.
Restaurant,
yeah,
different pace,
yeah, different pace,
different hours,
different pace. We're dinner only.
Do you like it?
I loved it. We would go surfing with our chef.
That's
like
cool.
About 3 times a week. We would wake up at 7:30 in the morning, grab our boards, drive to Encinitas.
It's like Chef John.
Go to his house.
Bodie.
Pretty much. But yeah, go surfing for a couple of hours, get some coffee, and then go to work and do it all over again the next day.
Nice. No, that's cool.
Good.
I mean, that's definitely besides thinking of the prices, you definitely got to consider the ocean and living near the beach.
Oh yeah, just the quality of food over there is just insane.
Yeah.
Like their worst farmers market is probably like better than our Saturday downtown one here in Austin. Just like I said, it's the farms are right there, and you can pretty much drive almost to any one of them and just go in there and kind of pick your own produce.
Oh yeah, that's so I'm going to take a shot in the dark and just say that you miss it a little bit. I mean, I would.
Yeah, I do.
But this is home as well, so.
Yeah, for sure. This time, when I was at Avant, I talked to my chef, told him I was going to put in my 2-week notice, and he just told me to give some time, think about it. And then he told me...
He's like, let's go surfing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, just relax.
I was like, let's grab some, some tacos and go surf and just hang out.
Yeah.
No, but, he offered to give me 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
So I can come back home and kind of spend time with my family, but I kind of turned that down. Moved back, and then
made up
3
your
weeks to the day. I wish I was back in San Diego, so...
Yeah.
So just bittersweet.
Oh, yeah. And then from San Diego, UT? Or Weston?
Yeah, from San Diego to the bed and breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're up to the Weston.
Yeah, up to the Weston.
UT, and now you're at Bangers.
Yeah.
But Bangers seems like a good fit for you.
Yeah, it
Seems more your style.
I guess I'm still trying to find my style.
Okay, yeah.
I'm always trying to learn new things, so it's just a matter of, at what point am I going to find myself?
Yeah.
Some chefs, it takes them a while. Some already know it from the get-go, but, I'm still trying to, dabble a little in everything, just figure out exactly, what my niche in here, in a way.
Yeah. So I know it's ham and cheese at home, but is there any, like, cuisine that you kind of gravitate towards, like, for preparing?
Like I said, New American, I love just the fusion, just everything with it, it's...
Sure.
But usually at home, it kind of varies. For me, I'm a slight perfectionist. I like trying to spend time perfect the simple things, that anyone can do, but can you make it perfect?
Right.
Like eggs, like anyone can make eggs at home, but can you make perfect eggs?
Oh, I'm that way. I'm that way with the simple things because I have a 5-year-old. And she wants grilled cheese, and I'm like, well, it's going to be
perfect.
Yeah, perfectly seared, slowly, caramelized crust, and she pays no attention to it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like just amazing.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and then sometimes I end up eating it too, so it doesn't always matter that she doesn't eat it. Yeah, that's cool though. I mean, you're at Bangers, kind of finding yourself. Nonprofit is in the future, huh?
Yeah,
you got like any plans for this, or is this just something it's out there?
It's out there. First got the ball kind of rolling when I was in San Diego. I did my research. I found a couple pro bono lawyers that helped out, things like that. And
what's involved with doing something like that?
Just get registered. I think it was like a 401c or 401g. I think was like the nonprofit code, and then just the liabilities, things like that.
What's like the vision of how? Like, what would it be in the end? Like
in the end, like I said, just trying to feed low income kids or families in distress in a way.
In Austin,
preferably here in Austin. If I can get into a school, because I know some schools, lower income areas, they'll stay open for like lunch and dinner during the summer.
Oh yeah.
And so for me, it's kind of like I almost took food as a way to nurture people.
Yeah.
If I can cook for them, give them a good solid meal, it'd be great, because. Like especially around like Thanksgiving, because I grew up in those neighborhoods. That's where I'm from, in Houston.
Yeah.
Like I'd never had real green bean casserole, until around culinary school. It was always like the canned green beans and like the Campbell's mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was never like fresh green beans or like a.
So you hold this kind of close to your. I mean, you've been nurtured when you were in your youth. And you kind of want to pass that on to other people.
Pretty much, know that, but just show these kids it's. It's like, hey, just put your head down. You have a future going for you.
Yeah.
There's more stuff out there.
Yeah, it's really easy when children grow up in a certain environment with circumstances that they can feel very trapped as But if somebody comes in with something like this, and if you spread that kind of message that you have, put your head down and get to work and do something with your life,
Yeah, just things like that. Just be able to give them a solid meal, solid Thanksgiving, or maybe go to the Ronald McDonald House, feed those families up there, around Thanksgiving, around Christmas. It's it's like they're there for a reason. They weren't planning on being there around that time of year. It's
a lot of them are
might as well give them a nice
sick with
dinner.
Horrible things going on, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's my cousin had leukemia when she was very young, and Ronald McDonald House played a big role in that, and it can go a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's excellent. That's excellent. So maybe I go off. So there we are, present day.
Yeah.
You've got kind of where you want to go with your life, and maybe if I just steer off course a little bit and
go for it.
Yeah. So you're in Bangers now, which is more like restaurant. I know you're event chef.
Yeah, it's a sausage house and beer garden. We make 20 plus different sausages in house. It's a craft. You don't really think about it until you actually work there and see it, going down.
Yeah.
The only time a machine does any of the work, it's the grinder. Everything else, we'll get full pork butts in, break those down, season them, pass through the grinder, and we actually have a hand crank stuffer for the sausage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And are you using what's the
we use
casing?
natural casing.
Natural casing. Yeah. Wow, cool.
So it's kind of cool. Some casings work out pretty well. Other ones, you just get frustrated with and kind of start all over again. But it's a giant learning process.
And are you guys what's going in these sausages? I mean, is there are these hidden recipes? I shouldn't be discussing.
Oh no, they're just open recipes.
Yeah.
But we have traditional ones like bratwurst, hot dogs, beerwurst, things like that, and we'll also kind of play around. We have a turducken one going on, and we'll try and mess around with different, types of food and see what we can do with it.
Sure.
We made a play on a fried rice one a while back. Kind of like an Asian style boudin in a way.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's kind of cool, just.
And what's on brunch? I know. So You don't have no wife at home, no children at home,
Just me and my dog.
just you and your dog. So your dog isn't going to be the only one missing you tomorrow. How do you feel about working brunch on Easter? A brunch in general is cannot be fun, but what about Easter? What about holidays in general?
I grew up in the industry, man. Like for me, just missing holidays doesn't
Just
affect
part of it.
me. Yeah, like my dad worked in the hospitality industry. He was
did
an
too.
engineer.
Okay.
No, he was an engineer for a hotel. Just my mom was maid and later became like a cook in a hotel. So that's this has been my entire livelihood.
Yeah.
This is what I'm used to.
Yeah. Well,
So like working Thanksgiving doesn't bother me at all. It's
putting your head down and working.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, that's appreciated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who miss their families and whatnot during that time, and they still get stuck doing it. But
Yeah.
there's a great appreciation for people who are actually out there doing stuff like that.
Oh, for sure. Like I feel it's one of those things where going into this industry, you have to know that
You need
all
to
that's going to be out the window. I feel like we have.
I don't even think it's that you need to know. It's almost like the people that you love need to understand because you might know. I mean, you end up cooking. I mean, brunch can be. I'm sure it will be very busy tomorrow. I mean, we might go to Bangers. I don't know.
Go for it. I'll be there all day.
So, but I mean, there's just people are out. It's a holiday. A lot of times they're not thinking about the guys who are out, away from their families or, just, cooking on a holiday or whatnot. But, yeah, I mean, it's appreciated. But, yeah, if the families don't recognize that for you as a chef, I think that can be a little stressful. I'm sure you've seen this with people that they don't want to be there and it's a...
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially around like Thanksgiving, Christmas, when I worked at Avant, we're open on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
So we have like Christmas night service.
Christmas, yeah.
Or a Thanksgiving service. It's just one of those things that it's going to be like a set menu, hopefully it should be fun. It sucks that you're not there with your family, but also,
In a way,
in a place like that, you are there with your family in a way.
You're with your family, yeah. You're with your crew so often
Pretty
that
much.
you can actually feel like home, right?
Yeah, just in saying that, they know more about me than, my actual sister does.
Yeah, well, I think it's like that for like any 9-to-5 job, because maybe not always that way, but like you're with these people sometimes more than your family because when you get home you have to sleep.
Yeah.
So that's not family time. But in the kitchen, specifically, there's like a different kind of connection because you have to read people. There's dangerous things happening. People have to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I've worked in restaurants where everyone just knew each other perfectly. You knew what person XYZ was going to do their next move.
Because there's like a heightened
time.
Sense of awareness, right?
Pretty much.
Right. You kind of you're able to read them.
Yeah, that, and you spend so much time with them, you already know their habits and exactly what's going to happen. When I worked at Avant in San Diego, it was me and my Sue running saute. So, we had to do saute, plating, saucing, garnishing. That was awful on us.
Right.
We'd be hanging, 20, 30 tickets easy. And we never talked to each other about who's doing what plate. It just came natural.
Yeah.
And so it was just one of those things where it was just a fluid movement between both of us, day in, day out. It's one of those weird things. You talk to a line cook, you ask them how long, they say like 2 minutes. It could be 5 minutes, but
you're
every
with
line
them,
cook
yeah.
has different 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like my 2 minutes could be different from your 2 minutes.
That's funny. I've not heard that said that way, but that's true, right?
It basically
It's
is what
really
it is.
just communication.
Yeah.
And that's where communication is key because when you don't just say 2 minutes, even though you mean 5.
Yeah.
Because if you say 2 minutes and you mean 5 and you do that enough times, we know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
but if you don't say anything, it's like, what do you?
Yes and no. Like I had one service my entire career where the entire kitchen was quiet on a Saturday night.
Oh yeah.
Like
was that conducted that way or did
no?
it
It just happened that we're all in unison. Like it was that perfect where
that's cool.
You heard maybe stations call out to other stations. How long?
Where was this?
Same place. It was California.
Okay.
Avant. But it was weird. It's because you hear the occasional chatter. Like pantries yelling across to like garde manger. How long on this dish? Like really, that was it. Only because they can't see what they're doing.
I think in that situation, people kind of pick up on it. And then they just kind of like, let's roll with this.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what happened.
Almost like a band following a song.
Pretty much.
It's like
It was perfect.
it's a slow jam. Let's go.
It's like some jazz going on. It was good.
Yeah, that's cool. We were talking about jazz a little bit last night too.
Yeah.
Man, he kept tying in music and cooking, which is true. What type of music are you into personally?
Man, for me, it varies. When I was at the golf club, we would listen to a lot of
Oh, in the kitchen.
Yeah, in the kitchen or in the back prep area. We just had music going on. It was just playing a bunch of old school punk going on.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So it's kind of fun. It's that, or we just start playing the most random music just to throw people off, or just to change the mood in the kitchen, or see who could take what before they would have to change it.
Right. I'm sure it happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You push the server who comes in every 5 minutes. What are you playing?
Yeah, pretty much. Or the lady in the office that's right behind the kitchen
that doesn't
walks in through and talks about
It's like, turn Rod Stewart back on, please.
Yeah, or the volume's too high. Turn it down.
Yeah. But we were kind of going off on how flavors and food is similar. He's when you said jazz, that's what kind of triggered me to think that he, when you have a jazz musician, they have a body of knowledge behind chord progressions they've learned, or scales, and the band can be playing one thing and they're all over the place, but it's all these things they've learned. And it's kind of the same way with cooking, you know what I mean? You can get told the recipe and you're going to execute it your way with different, you can change up with different flavors and whatnot, but they all have a structured baseline that it comes back to.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then a lot of that comes from feeling and I guess current mood as well. It's
current mood.
Me personally, I tend to cook better when I'm angry than when I'm in a good mood. I know it's weird.
No, I mean, tell me more. I mean, can you get any more into it or not?
I don't know. I've felt myself, and I've had other chefs kind of tell me that. It's like, hey, dude, you're angry, but you're killing it right now. So I'm not really going to say anything about it. Usually they tell me afterwards.
You get more focused and in the zone.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's it. Just kind of blur everything out and just kind of.
Maybe that's a way for you to kind of tune. Yeah, you tune out better, right?
It's like that pitcher that's got the no hitter going. That's in the zone. That's just killing it. It's
that's interesting. But I could see that. I don't think that's. I actually don't think that's probably out of the ordinary. I think some people probably operate that way.
Yeah.
And if everything's all good, you kind of there's what are we working for here?
Yeah, all that, and I don't know. Like I said, part of the reason why I got into cooking is just the environment. I tend to feed off stress. Yeah. I like that push. The unknowing. Just seeing how far I can take it. On the line. Just basically, how hard can I cook until
dare I say a little maybe self-destructive, or you like to kind of push yourself and see
pretty much. It's just
beat yourself up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm also my own worst critic. I can send out an amazing dish, but if I'm not happy with it, I'm going to beat myself up.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's just me trying to be perfect.
That can be annoying for people who are always around you.
Yeah.
But for you, that's a great quality to have, because you have a high standard.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm sure people are like, no, it was lovely. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I need a little bit more rosemary, or a little less lavender.
Yeah, no, I get that. But it's good to have someone with a high standard. So you've been at Bangers for 9 months, and I know, what were we were talking briefly about the owner over there.
Oh, yeah. Ben Siegel, he's a great owner.
He's like the ideal, he's the ideal owner, that the way owners should operate, but most owners don't operate.
Yeah, I've worked for some owners that were super strict. They would have nicknames for him.
Sure.
There was one place I worked at, I guess straight out of culinary schools, kind of around my internship phase. Called him El Diablo, So that's kind of funny.
Figured we were going in that direction.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's great because the front of the restaurant saw the parking lot, so we knew his car, and
oh no,
that meant pulled up. It was kind of like,
what kind of car was it? And then we won't give any more away. But what kind of car?
It was a gold Lexus.
A gold Lexus.
Yeah.
El Diablo.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gold Lexus El Diablo. That I can see it.
Yeah.
It was probably a very fitting name too.
Yeah, it was one of those guys who come in, look in the trash can, and count the number of fries that are in there, and it was like, how can we throw away 4 French fries?
Now, take that and contrast it with the owner here at Bangers, because I know, and I don't know if there's any other examples, but it really hit home with me because you were going through first South by.
Yeah, South by, especially with a new expansion, so we're bigger than before. Could fit more people. It was just. Right. South by's going on. We're short staffed. I'm working, 80, 90, 100 hours a week. I had maybe 2 days off in a month. But, it's for us, it was worth it, because we knew that what we're doing was, a great cause. We're there for each other. I'm fortunate enough to work with a great chef team that, we're each other's support each time, If someone had to stay 12 hours, and if we could stay a couple more hours to help them out, then we would.
That's awesome.
Same thing, it's like I said, Ben.
It's kind of rare, I think.
Oh yeah,
I think totally you can find it, but to have each other's back and kind of know that, and it's that family dynamic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've worked for some kitchens where the dynamic's there. It's weird sometimes. You go in some kitchens, you'll have like a family meal, or have you make something you share around, like everyone has to have their own spoon. And I've worked in those kitchens where it's like one spoon for like 12 people.
Yeah,
kind of place. Just that everyone's just that close to each other.
I've been fortunate enough to go into a couple kitchens where I've been allowed to be a part of family meal, and I'm not a part. And it's I love that.
Yeah.
Anybody. I've actually not worked in a kitchen with family meal, but it's a good experience.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Like, anytime I have a family meal, usually it's been one of those like runoffs. Like, hey, we're super prepped for service. We can afford to lose one person to make a family meal.
Yeah, or just go to town.
Oh yeah, for sure. Same thing.
Killer.
I mean, basically back to San Diego. We would go deep sea fishing in the morning because it'll take a 6-hour charter from like 6 to noon.
Yeah,
and we're a dinner only restaurant, so we'd have to be there till 2. So we would go fish to 12. By the time we got off the boat and got back to the restaurant, it'd be like 1 o'clock, 1:30, and one person would start breaking down that fish and just making a family meal for everybody. That's
so nice, right?
Yeah.
So fresh fish right off the coast.
Yeah,
God, you got to miss that a little bit.
I do, man, with passion. The farmer's market, you go there, they'll have sea urchins right there. The guy open up his ice chest, put on a paper plate, cut it open, and
gosh, yeah.
Just there it is. It's live.
Well, you got the Gulf.
Ago. Yeah,
you can fight traffic. You can get there. There you go. But back onto the owner here, because I know you've got the dynamic in the kitchen. You guys are all kind of looking out for each other, which is great. And I just want to touch on this because the story it touched me a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because South by is such a crazy time, and it's only gotten bigger and bigger. You guys have gone through an expansion, which just adds to the kind of stress.
Oh, for sure. The expansion's up and up. We're killing our projections, how much we're projected to make, things like that, and working long hours. And, he knew that we were all kind of frustrated, so he sat us down one by one, just talk to us, thank us, things like that.
Yeah.
And so when we were talking, I just kind of casually dropped that I've got to move in the middle of South by. I'm stressed out, and I just keep talking about the restaurant.
You're moving.
Yeah, in the middle of South by.
Right.
It's really no time to pack. Just kind of just casually drop it, kind of keep talking.
And let me just ask real quick. So you're moving. It's just you and your dog.
Yeah.
And your lease is up somewhere?
Yeah, my lease is up in North Austin. It's moving down to South Austin.
Okay.
And it fell right in the middle of South by, and
kind of closer to home or closer to work.
Yeah, maybe about 10 less minutes driving, but that makes a world of difference.
Yeah, that makes a world of difference. But you're in the middle of moving, in the middle of South by.
Yeah, this was maybe 2 weeks before South by.
Yeah,
it's when he sits me down and we start talking about basically just about work.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking to him and just like I said, naturally just mention it and just keep talking about work.
Yeah.
And then about 2 hours later, he comes up to me and he's like, dude, don't worry about the move. You know, I kind of look at him, just kind of confused because I'm in the middle of a plate up for like this event down, you know, like this little nice event down in the basement. So I'm kind of like trying to work and trying to listen to him. And, you know, it's like, dude, you know, it's just make sure you have somebody there, you know, like, you don't have to pack either. You know, they're going to pack for you.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things where like it, you know, it didn't hit me until like afterwards.
Right.
So once
I'm sure you were like, what?
Yeah, pretty much. It's one of those things where like, you know, it's
focused.
Like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to do this nice plate up and also trying to
Don't worry
comprehend
about
what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, you know, the moment, you know, service was done and desserts went out, you know, that's when it hit me. It's like, you know, this guy knows that I have this huge stress and he's willing to do what it can just to help me out. And, you know, been there like 8 months at that point. And
see, you've already told me that, and I love hearing it.
yeah, you know, it's like, you know, I hear stories like that about owners doing things like that from employees, and, you know, you never really think, oh, you know, that's going to be me. So I was like, oh, that's one off. Like, that never happens.
Well, it's sort of sad. I mean, yeah. I don't want to take away from what he did because he sounds awesome. He's a great guy. Sure. He's a great owner, and I want to put him like up, you know, above most owners but that is kind of how owners should treat their employees, especially in the middle of South by. You have your event chef with, you know, good work ethic. You know, you're talented, and it sounds like he doesn't take that for granted at all.
No, he doesn't. You know, like
2 hours later, that means he left your conversation and arranged the movers.
Correct.
So he that's good.
Just did all that and just kind of dropped the bomb on me. And, like, you know, like, so once service is over, it finally hit me, and kind of one of those kind of dizzy moments where I start tearing up. I'm like, man, this is insane.
It makes my eyes tearing up hearing about it. I don't know if anybody realizes. I mean, if you have to put yourself in the position of, you know, working 89 hours a week during South by Southwest, and 2019 it is a crazy, you know, it's been busier than ever. You guys have gone through an expansion. Yeah,
it's been nice weather almost all year for the most part.
And and you're moving. And anybody who's moved, I mean, that's just the worst.
Yeah, you know, just working 12, 13 hours a day, you know, you really don't have the energy to go home and start packing and cleaning and all that fun stuff.
Props to your owner. And I've only heard, I've actually, you told me that. I've actually, you know, mentioned that in shorter, you know, to a couple other people. And they've it's not a secret that the owner of Bangers is a good owner.
He's a great guy. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's upfront, blunt about everything, you know, which I appreciate that a lot. You know, if he has an issue, he'll just kind of start like just talk to you, and it's man to man almost.
Yeah.
You know, he has a great open door policy. You know, if there's anything going on, you know, it's one of those things that I feel comfortable going in and just talking to him about.
Yeah, I think
whether work or life related.
When I said I guess maybe I wasn't talking about your techniques as far as a chef. I was talking about just you and maybe where you're at right now. When I said, seems like Bangers is more your style.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like it seems like the owner's laid back. He understands you, and you seem like you're pretty down to earth. So it seems like, you know, it's a good fit. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if, you know, Bangers, the sausage. I mean, obviously you have dreams with the nonprofit, but I mean, Emmer and Rye is down the street, and then I was going to say Emmer and Rye's down the street. Does it make you think about just doing other kind of things? But he also took you all out to eat there.
Yeah, you know, like it was the Tuesday after South by. You know, it's one of those kind of thank you for everything dinner. You know, it takes us down there. And
how was Emmer and Rye? I went in there real quick after I talked to you last time, and I spoke with Chef Tim. Is this the chef over there?
Chef Kevin, I believe.
Chef Kevin. Well, I spoke with Chef Tim, and he was down about the podcast. He liked the idea, but go ahead.
But yeah, you know, like we went down there for dinner, and like, you know, Ben, the owner, was like, "Hey man, just if you like it, order it."
Yeah.
You know, it's like, just, you know, you guys were.
Was there alcohol on there too?
Oh yeah, there was alcohol and wine. And,
ooh, that was a hefty looking bill, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure it was, and you know, maybe must have like 17 courses total. You know, just it was
good stuff though. Yeah.
Oh, it definitely was. You know,
Emmer and Rye is a real cool spot.
A couple of those dishes blew my mind. You know, just
that's always nice.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're eating ham and cheese at home.
Yeah,
You said
I'm eating ham and cheese at home, and
So, but when's the last time you like went out and got your mind blown? Or do you go out and eat? Because I'm just going to tie this into where do you go?
every
Eat?
now and then, trying to think. I went to Salty Sal a couple weeks ago.
So
Where else I've gone? I went to Loro last night, but
and
got there like in the middle of like the rush, and I didn't really want to wait too long.
left.
So yeah, I thought Kramer should have stayed though.
I mean, I understand. You work a lot. I mean, I've been given a hard time because Valentina's is right down the street here. I haven't been, but that's because I'm always out all day.
Yeah.
And now, like we're doing this. And when I see a line, to me, and I've even said that I really don't feel like I should be allowed to live this close to that establishment without having eaten there.
Yeah.
Like I think it's maybe actually illegal. Because I need to go. I need to stop admitting to that and go. Hell, I'll just pop on the microphone and talk about it after I do, just to verify. But when I see a line, I'm like, no, not tonight, or not today, or whenever it is. But when you go out and you're going to say, I'm going to treat myself, forget ham and cheese, where do you go?
Oh man, it just varies. It's mood dependent. Like Contigo was up there. They're one of my favorite restaurants. That's how I follow.
We had.
Yeah, I do. I heard that podcast.
Okay, and he's in the catering. Chef Joseph.
I heard about that.
He was cool.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm trying to think where else. I used to like going to Gardner back when they were open.
Gardner.
It was 6 in Chicone.
Okay.
Now it's not Haymaker.
There's
the name of it.
Okay, next to Daidu?
Because right around there.
6 Chicone, I think, Counter Cafe, is that?
Yeah, around that area.
Okay, because Lazarus Brewing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right there by the post office. And
yes, yeah, but it's not there. That's not there anymore?
No, it became a restaurant called Chicone, and then it was that for a while.
Chicone, and that was PJ, it's a chef, and he was actually with Contigo, and now he's opened something called Meadow in San Antonio.
Okay. Nice.
So I don't know if you ever get out there, but you should. I want to go check that out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm thinking you don't really, you work a lot.
I do. It's one of those things that I usually work in the evenings, and most places I want to go eat at are open for dinner only.
Yeah.
So usually that's the time I'm at work, and, right now I'm lucky enough to work in a spot where I'm off Friday, Saturdays.
That's nice.
For being a chef, it's kind of amazing, but, we really don't have events on those days. So for me, it works out.
Yeah.
Unless there's a wedding going on.
And what do you do, man? What's up with your free time? What do you like to do?
Usually my first day off, I just like to catch up on life.
Yeah.
Just run errands, laundry, all that kind of fun adulting stuff.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then usually my other day off, like a day like today, just spend outside, or I find myself going to half-price books a lot, just buying more cookbooks I don't really need, but just
you want to
keep on
share
having.
any cookbooks? This came up last night. It's something I hadn't thought about, but are there any just key cookbooks that you think people should own?
Recently, yesterday, I bought Salt, Smoke, and Time.
Okay.
That book is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Salt, Smoke, and Time.
Yeah. The last time when I had price books, I bought a book by Danny Ballud because, I was flipping through it, saw a recipe that I saw when I was in culinary school that, just kind of wowed me. And so, I saw the recipe in there. I was like, okay, well, I remember this from culinary school, thinking how great it was. Let me buy this book.
Yeah.
I take it home. I threw it on my bookshelf. Fast forward 6 months, I finally grab the book. I open it, start flipping through the pages. It's a brand new book, so the pages still kind of like frictiony, kind of sticking together. And I open it, and there it is. It's signed by Danny Ballud. And so, I just kind of started laughing because, usually, signed copies, they mark up. But
yeah,
I guess this one slipped through the cracks, and I have a nice little autograph cookbook by Danny Ballud. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Very cool. Very cool. So you'd still suggest that book, though?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That one. And one of my favorites also is Flavor Matrix.
Okay. I have to catch up on those. Yeah. I've got a few over here, but not those.
But yeah, I don't know. For me, I just keep buying cookbooks, and don't have time to read them or catch up on them.
Yeah. But one day you do.
Oh, yeah,
one
for
day
sure,
you
one day.
discover autograph. That's cool, man.
It's good, man. Like, I always keep buying cookbooks left and right, and hopefully one day I'll have a nice little collection going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Same thing.
Good.
I got my home kitchen kind of going up slowly, piece by piece.
Yeah.
Trying to get that together.
Building something.
Yeah, I've always wanted to have nice professional equipment at home.
Yeah.
So whenever I get the chance, I'll try and buy something.
Do you go to where do you go primarily in your free time?
Usually, equipment wise, I just end up buying it off Amazon. To be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Save a couple bucks and I'll be there in a day or two. It's not like I need.
You can find exactly what you need.
It's not like I need a Vitamix that moment.
So you have a Vitamix though?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's good. I just don't use as much as I should. But
well, that's probably like the general statement with the Vitamix because
for sure.
There are those people. Typically, you'll see them in a YouTube video who use it for everything.
Yeah,
everything under the sun. You can make soups in it. You can make smoothies in it. You can, chop. You can make peanut butter in it.
Yeah.
What do you use it for when you do? I mean, even if it's just a smoothie.
I mean, usually just like sauces for the most part, or just kind of.
They're so nice to have.
Oh yeah, sure.
I mean, if you make a soup, I mean, you can really.
I've never tried that yet. Where you throw everything in there cold and just let it. Heat up by itself.
I've gone more or less made like a soup, and then poured half of it and puree it, and then to get that consistency. Yeah. And it really it's crazy. It makes it great. I've actually been lazy about whisking eggs and wanted to do a bunch. And
just throw them in there. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I think there's something about just lightly whipping an egg, to make scrambled eggs or something. Actually, as opposed to throwing on that high volume.
Actually, I've thrown my wine in there to aerate it before.
Yeah. And that's worked okay?
Yeah, I was Harold McGee, I think, was talking about it. About, just wine, like red wines, open them, throw them in decanters, and he was like, dude, just throw it in a blender.
Yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, it's going to get aerated. The only thing is you're just doing it in a couple seconds versus, X amount of time.
Yeah.
Everyone just, all these master soms, said it was sacrilege, and he just went for the blind test, a taste test. And more than half the time, I think they chose, the blended wine.
Well then, right? I mean, sometimes you just have to put, your preconceived, whatever you think aside, and just go with it. Especially when you do a blind taste test.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, the Vitamix is actually a really good tool. We were talking a little bit about the main, 8-inch chef knife is a given.
Yeah.
Right? I guess you could go, paring knife, but, mandolin.
Mandolin for sure.
Mandolin for sure, but at Bangers, you're not going to need that as often. But
we do and we don't. It's like there's
I'm thinking sausage. I'm there's more there than sausage.
We do have appetizers for events, things like that. And
how about for your own arsenal? If you pull out your knife roll, your kit, or your whatever your tools, a chef knife. Okay, that's a given. Yeah, maybe a serrated blade.
Not really. I have a serrated blade and I haven't had to really use one in God knows how long.
So not much with the fresh bread or anything?
No, I just used my knife for it. And
okay. Well, if your knife's sharp enough, you're good to go.
Yeah, it's one of those things that got stilled in me. When I was in California, I had that chef that he would come by every day and just kind of
he was a sharp knife advocate?
Yeah.
Whew. Love that.
He was actually...
What would he do if it was not sharp?
Oh, nothing. It was just kind of give you that disappointed dad look.
But it was your responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll come by and just kind of make one of those kind of little
disappointed
offhanded remarks.
Dad look.
Yeah, pretty much. You just kind of felt bad because you respected the dude and.
Hey, that's the look though,
yeah,
right?
That's what it was. If your knife didn't bite the cutting board when you try to lift it up, it wasn't sharp enough, kind of thing. So it just kind of that's been instilled in me since day one there.
Yeah, there's so many walks of life in the kitchen, and your chef. Mostly, I've spoke to chefs on here, but there are guys who get all kinds of I mean, there's immigrants, there's guys from south of the border who are just it's not that they don't care about but they just don't know. You know what I mean? And they don't have their own knife, but a sharp knife is the most
definitely.
important thing to just leisurely experience in the kitchen, because everything's going to get stressful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But when you go to cut something, at least make that nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one thing got instilled in me since I guess I first started cooking was like knife cuts.
And what anything else that you would always have on you? Because I was thinking mandolin.
Honestly, my main things I always use like that, my zester.
Yeah. So that you garnishing a lot, or are you adding flavors or
Flavors or just for garlic or things like that. And then
I have. So I'm not. See, I don't do that, but now I might.
yeah, like rather than having chop up garlic, I just use my zester, my microplane, and just go to town on it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I like that idea.
That, and I have a truffle slicer that I use for slicing garlic as well.
Okay, cool.
Because the mandolin, the blade's a little.
So you got like
too spread
nice, real thin cuts of garlic.
Yeah.
If it's a big enough clove, right?
Yeah, I mean even small cloves, you can still get some nice little slices, kind of like Goodfellas style.
Like that. Do you fry that stuff, or you just chop it up afterwards?
It just depends what I'm using it for. I mean, if I'm going to slice like that, I'm going to keep it like that and fry it up. And
yeah.
I mean, if not, then I'll just chop it up in the Roboku or something.
Well, because I do that with a mandolin, but it would work much better with a truffle slicer.
Yeah,
Because it's a little thinner.
Yeah, and it feels a little safer too.
Yes, it does. Yeah, that's something we were talking about.
And it's funny because one of the chefs I work with, Rob, he was talking about he wanted to start like a blog back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it was something like called like stuff I didn't learn in culinary school.
Have him come on here, and
Yeah.
this is a vocal blog.
But he was talking about having one called like stuff I didn't learn in culinary school.
Yeah, that's cool.
So basically, like, the stuff you learn in industry versus culinary school.
Oh my God, that's huge. I mean, you've been to culinary school.
Yeah.
And you learn things. Oh, we were talking about this. It's funny because it all ties. So the sharpening aspect.
Yeah.
In culinary school, you don't learn about sharpening. You learn about honing a knife and the teeth coming back into place.
At Le Cordon Bleu, they talk about sharpening, but it's kind of one of those things where like you do those broad swipes and they have to be even amount each time. Like 6 one direction, 6 the other direction.
Yeah, like they're living on some kind of other planet.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Like that's not how it works.
well, with me, like when I was in culinary school, my lease was up, and so they offered me a free month to renew.
Yeah.
So I took that free month, and then I had like a free month, I guess a month's worth of rent that I just bought, a Kramer with, and then.
Did you live at the Domain?
I was living South Austin at that time. No, I was living in Hyde Park.
And you were going to the Domain for school.
Yeah, I was living in Hyde Park at the time.
So you get a free month, and tell me, you bought a Kramer.
Yeah,
I've
like
seen this
my
Kramer.
apartment just told me, it's like, hey, if you renew, you get a free month. They're not going to prorate me, it's just a free month.
What?
And so I went for it. I had a month's worth of rent, and that would just burn a hole in my pocket. Went to the store, bought me a Kramer, since I had the disposable income.
Yeah.
And then
Still have the Kramer.
I still have it. Love it still.
Good knife.
It's my workhorse for sure.
The chef knife.
Yeah, chef knife.
Yeah. The carbon steel.
Yeah, the carbon steel. I like it. The patinas on there are nice. I don't have to worry about it staining anymore.
Beautiful, beautiful blade. It's like I've referred to the Kramers as the Cadillac.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
basically what
hopping
it is.
in a Cadillac with the seat maybe slight.
There you go. It tilts
Pulled
it
back a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, and then God, what was it like? And then 3 months later, we found out he was doing Bob Kramer's doing sharpening lessons through Charlotte Tobb.
Fuck.
And so
Here?
He went to Houston.
Okay.
It was Houston and Dallas. And so my buddy Tony and I were like, dude, it's $150. That's how much the class is normally.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, except this time it was being taught by Bob Kramer. So we're like, dude, if we're gonna go, we're gonna go and like learn from Master Bladesmith.
Wow, man.
And so we drove down to Houston, did a knife sharpening class. It was like 4 hours long.
You're right. Yeah.
Just to learn how to sharpen knives. But it was cool because the first 2 hours he was just talking about the history and like the way it works and I guess the science behind it.
Because he's like formally trained in sharpening, right?
Yeah, he's
In like Japan.
Yeah, he's a master bladesmith.
Okay.
But he's the only one that makes chef's knives.
All right.
But yeah, so I took that class through him, and I feel like that was worth $150 because ever since then, I just do it his way, and I get if anything better results than anything else.
Yeah, yeah. No offense taken.
Yeah.
But no, that's great. I mean, that's important to learn. But they don't teach that in culinary school.
No, they don't.
So his blog, I mean, there's so many things that there's so many things, right? I mean, just the you can't. I guess you can't. Experience is experience. Like if you step foot in the kitchen and you're going to hear all kinds of.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Do they teach you in culinary school? Like to hot. It's hot behind.
Oh yeah, they teach all that stuff in the beginning.
They do.
It's like
Okay.
it's like the first block kind of is just almost like kitchen etiquette in a way.
Yeah.
You learn the fundamentals like the mother sauces and things like that.
The mother sauces, man. It's been a minute. Bechamel.
Yeah, right.
Can you remember them all?
Oh man, it's like bechamel, velouté, espagnol, holidays.
Velouté?
God, I'm trying to remember.
Velouté?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those fun ones.
Do you have a favorite?
No, I don't.
Not Espanol.
Probably espagnol for sure.
Yeah, right. It's in
I mean, it's
everything.
basically brown gravy.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. But like it was good. When we went to culinary school, we were kind of like a trial run for a new program, and so our class was like 15 people, and so
Oh, that's kind of cool though, right?
it was kind of cool, but it kind of sucked at the same time because, like I said, we were a trial run for like a new program they were trying out.
What was the run?
It was the way they were teaching us and the way they were scheduling classes, because like.
I thought it was. I said cool because there's only 15 people and not more. But what sucked about it?
Because, like I said, we're a brand new program that they were trying out, so we're like the guinea pigs, kind of. To see if the curriculum was good enough. And so, anytime we went to a new block, like our instructors didn't really know what was going on.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's kinda,
So, do you keep up with any? I mean, the school's closed since then. Do you keep up with any chefs?
not from school.
Not from school.
We all kind of went our separate ways.
Yeah. How about anybody who went to school? I know I sort of asked this earlier, but is there anybody who you?
There is one. Actually, I keep up with one instructor.
Okay. There
Chef
you go.
Graham. I did my internship with him, and then he ended up, I guess, working for Escoffier. So he works for the corporate office.
Cool.
And so keep up with him.
Good.
Talk to him every now and then, but. I do have a couple of chefs I still keep up with, from San Diego. Basically my mentors, that just taught me everything I know.
Yeah, they FaceTime you and they're like, "There's the beach."
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
You
hey,
coming
miss
back
this?
anytime soon? Yeah.
Working on it, hopefully, maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But it's good. Like Chef James, I'll talk to him like maybe once every 6 months, and then my other chef, like Chef Tomas, I'll talk to him every maybe once a month. Well, at least text once or twice back.
That's good. Though.
I haven't seen the dude in 3 or 4 years, and still talking.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you'd be surprised with this day and age when we can do that, and you stay on top of it. You ever run into them, it will sort of feel like nothing happened.
Yeah, for sure.
No space between you guys.
Like it works, and same thing like Chef Grant. Haven't worked with him in 8-9 months, but we still.
I spoke with him about getting on here.
Yeah.
He was very enthused. I didn't get to speak with him in person. It was through a text.
Okay.
But I really want to kind of give him the spiel. But I have good feelings about getting guys like you on here.
Yeah. And like I said, it was good, and Chef Grant was a great chef as well.
Yeah.
We meshed well together.
Yeah.
I had more or less the same style, same technique, so that works out a lot.
Yeah, I was surprised when you ended up. Did you go from there to Bangers?
No, I had a space in between. Yeah,
Just
it really
a
didn't
little
work
time
out.
off.
No, I had a job at another restaurant for a little bit, and it really didn't pan out so well. So I just ended up going
Don't care to
Bangers.
share?
No, not really.
But yeah.
But it was one of those jobs. I gave everything I could, and just kind of my body physically gave out. And
Oh yeah, longer hours and stuff.
longer hours. It's a brand new restaurant, and I was, I guess, the kitchen manager or the exec chef, or however you want to call it, there, and working 7 in the morning to 2 in the morning, and then going home for 3 hours and coming back, and
Yeah, I mean,
just doing that straight for almost a month.
man, that'll wear on you.
So yeah, finally my back just started giving out, and I just couldn't do it anymore, and so I had took some time off, recover, and
Yeah.
ended up at Bangers.
So do you, along the lines of, we talked a little bit about home and eating.
Yeah.
What about exercise? I mean, the job is so physical. I mean, you could consider work just exercise because you're on your feet.
Yeah. I know, I still try and work out when I can, just part of the reason is, working in the kitchen is physically demanding. So I feel if I'm able to.
Well, it's taxing, and if you try and exercise afterwards, I mean, your body will tell you, sorry, you're spent.
Yeah, I mean, usually I try to work out before I go to work.
Okay,
if I
that's
have to be
a
work
very,
at 2
very
o'clock.
good balance. Yeah.
If I work at 2 or 3, then I'll go like at 9, 10 in the morning. So give me like an hour or two to hang out at home. And
what do you do? Run?
no, just go to the gym.
Yeah, lift.
Just lift, run, ride the bike, things like that.
Oh yeah.
But
good.
like I feel like since I started going back to the gym hardcore, like work's been, I guess, a little bit easier in a way.
Oh,
like those stressful days, those days where your rail's stacked for like 4 hours straight, and it's
so you get
like the body feels almost like less beat up towards the end of the day.
Yeah, you kind of like release endorphins you release endorphins when you're exercising, but like and not everybody gets the opportunity. But I love if you're doing it before work. That's like the key time because you get a load of stress off, and then it's like
work.
Yeah, and then when you're at work, those things that might stress you out, you're like, you almost
just going there like refreshed almost.
Yeah, you like had a peak, and then you kind of like balance out throughout the day, and when it gets crazy. But it can still catch up with you. I mean, rest is important. So Friday, Saturday tend to be those days.
Yeah, they tend to be those days. Every now and then I'm lucky enough to have a admin day. I can go in there and catch up on paperwork and check my hundreds of emails and start sending back replies and just planning stuff out for the next couple of weeks and answering questions left and right. Usually I'll try and go after work on those days because, it's like I said, it's an admin day, so I'm not really running around stressing out those days.
So what is Rainey Street like, man?
It's good. It gets pretty hectic. You go by Bangers on a Friday night. It's just insane, like wall to wall.
You guys have full bar?
We don't do liquor unless it's a private event in the basement. I believe it's like the TBC. It's like a different liquor license for that building, for the basement specifically.
But
we do have beers. We have 207 beers on tap.
Beers galore.
They're all craft beers.
Craft beers.
Yeah. There's a couple that they do collabs with us. So that's
cool.
Kind of cool.
Any that you can mention? That you can think of off the top of your head?
I mean, honestly, one of the, I guess, staff favorites is Electric Jellyfish.
Oh, that's a collab with you guys?
No. That's just one of our favorites.
So good, right?
Yeah. And then
Have you been over to Via 313?
I've been there once or twice.
I think they always push that, and it's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite ones.
Very good.
And then I think Hobbs and Grain has a collab with us. But, it's... that's one of the joys of working there, is that I get, I guess, a monthly allowance and, I get to try beers and...
Yeah.
Have that post-shift beers, it's so important in a way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. It's just a great stress relief, just have a beer before you have to sit in traffic for, 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you said you're south now.
Yeah.
Man, traffic can be bad.
It can, but, I feel it's...
Depends on when you're leaving there.
True, but traffic going south, it's a little bit easier than going north.
I don't know whereabouts you are, but I got a couple shortcuts I figured out.
Yeah, because I'm at William Cannon and Manchac. So just depending on...
So you take it's not like there's enough people to give it away. Yeah. But you take... if I have to... Do you take 35 at all, or do you...
I usually just take William Cannon and 35, but if it's bad enough...
So you do get on 35?
Yeah.
Coming back?
Coming back, yeah, I take 35.
And then what's the... where's the police station? Oh, no, that's too far. You don't go that far.
No, I'm just south of it. I exit pretty much Holly Street.
Yeah, no, you're actually good for Bangers, because I have to exit on William Cannon even though I'm on Slaughter.
Yeah.
Because if I stay on to get the Slaughter exit, the traffic is backed up.
Well, it's... Actually, I'm somewhat fortunate enough to work, the mid-shift or the closing shift sometimes where it's like I don't really deal with traffic at all. I do miss those days.
Well, I've always said breakfast is great for people because you can, if you got to work at 5 a.m, well, you didn't hit any traffic, and then you get out at 1 or 2 or 3 and no traffic. But what you're saying, mid-shift, similar.
2 to 10, it's like you might hit traffic for a little bit, but it's not that bad.
No, it's not like. I came home from Cedar Park like last week sometime, 4:00.
Yeah, you're there forever.
It was the image you usually get of California where there's just like a line of traffic on the 101. That's what I was seeing.
That's basically what it is.
And I was thinking to myself, wow, it's time to stop saying this isn't what it is. It's Austin is traffic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but
that's one of those things I just try and avoid it as much as possible.
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like on a day like today, this is your day off.
Yeah.
I hope heading out of here, you're not going to have too much traffic. It's Saturday.
Yeah. Well, it's Saturday, but there's always construction going on, so I'm just trying to stick to South Austin as much as possible.
Yeah, I can give you a couple tips on how to get out of here. But seriously, man, there's like shout out, Easter brunch.
Yeah.
You're cooking it. You don't mind. You've been doing it for years.
I don't mind it. I usually, if we're down a guy, I'm that person that volunteers for the egg station. I don't know why, but just like I said, just glutton for punishment.
What's on your menu? I mean, tell me, because I might go tomorrow.
The brunch menu, we do have a good hash. It's kind of cow, the corned beef, peppers, onions. Comes poached egg, so that's honestly pretty good, pretty popular.
Yes, that sounds good.
We do have some sausages on.
How are the potatoes prepped for the hash?
Potatoes, we roast them.
Okay.
First,
so they
and then
like
we'll pick
the
them up in the
Yukons?
pan.
Are they red?
They're reds.
Yeah, like
so
quartered or
quartered. Yeah.
Oh yeah, roasted quartered potatoes with the hash. Well, that's corned beef.
Big old piece of
Okay.
Some big old chunks of corned beef.
All right, this is sounding nice.
We do have a pork belly, eggs Benedict. That's pretty popular. And
the Bennies.
Yeah.
We were talking about hollandaise yesterday a little bit. Are you a hollandaise guy?
I am.
You make it? Do you do it by silver bowl and whisk, or do you use a blender? What's up?
It depends. Am I making it at home?
I don't know if this is going to be a theme, but I'm like a stickler personally. I just can't use a blender. Yeah. You have the blender now.
Yeah, but at home I'll still do it the traditional way, either with a whisk or I'll use kind of my stick blender.
So I guess I'm just going to feel people out because I know the traditional way.
Yeah.
I have a really hard time doing it any other way. I almost don't see the point.
I think for me it just depends how much I'm making. If I'm making like enough or just for myself.
So will you use the hand wand? Or?
Yeah, the hand wand, or I'll just whisk it.
Okay.
Like I said, just my mood at that second.
Typically it's whisk it though. It's really the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's this weird thing that I have where I'm like, why? Just keep it, like old school.
Yeah, like I don't know, like for me, like holidays is one of those things that I find funny as well. Like one of those things you learn in culinary school.
You do, right? But you can really. What's in yours? What do you guys got to have something?
No, I mean ours is traditional.
Oh yeah, just lemon, champagne,
lemon, cayenne, butter, clarified butter, egg yolks.
Yum.
But usually when you're making that quantity.
So you do a Benny's with what? Ham? No.
I had a pork belly. We braise pork belly every Saturday night. Pull it out Sunday morning, portion it up, and get it ready.
I'm just getting myself hungry.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's solid.
Yeah, that sounds good. So the pork belly sounds delicious.
Yeah. That's one thing I love about Bangers is, we have this program, it's, I guess for lack of better words, and like it's everything's in-house.
Yeah.
Like our fried pickle dish, for example.
What ranches do you guys work with for your meats?
I'm trying to remember the names of the meats. Pork butt usually it's like Benny Keith. Our whole hogs, it's a farm out of South San Antonio, I believe.
Yeah.
Remember the name. But like I was saying, that's one thing I love about Bangers. It really is scratch made. Our fried pickles, for example, like they don't come in frozen in a box from Cisco or Benny Keith. Like we actually get cucumbers, pickle them. 2 weeks later, we quartered them, bread them up, and made fried pickles.
Do you do like just a traditional pickle base, or is there anything you do with them?
Just like almost like a traditional dill.
Okay.
Recipe, some small modifications.
And that adds. That's cool.
Yeah,
so that's a appetizer on the.
Yeah, it's an appetizer menu. Just the fact that we make our own pickles just for that dish. It's kind of.
That's
cool.
Awesome. That's awesome.
We have a huge curing program going on.
How do you even keep up with that?
We have a pickle lady.
A pickle lady.
Yeah, that's her job. What's job.
Heather.
Yeah.
Hey, good.
Yeah, and so she's spot on. She does all that. She does the fermentation for us, like sauerkraut, things like that. We'll kind of play around and make kimchi sometimes, and
Nice.
just for our own kind of personal use, see if we can do it and see how it comes out.
Yeah.
It's great. Just the pickle program there is it's pretty insane. We have a dedicated room just for pickles.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
So that's kind of cool. It's cool just working in a place like that. Our
definitely.
bacon, it's all made in house. It's if we can make it in house, we will, kind of things.
So, what do you mean your bacon's made in house? The whole
Yeah,
process?
Yeah, we'll order pork bellies, skin on or skin off, and
Damn.
or I guess skin off pork bellies, and just make bacon from scratch.
How unique is that in Austin?
I'm not quite sure. Who else really does it? We have our plans set up.
Have you
for the
tried the
city.
kielbasa bacon?
No, not yet.
Okay, that's in San Antonio. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to end up at Bangers tomorrow morning for brunch. I think that's what's going to happen after this conversation.
Okay.
And what's on the menu with bacon? Or can you just order bacon?
We have a simple like bacon, eggs, and toast kind of dish.
Yeah.
It comes with bacon on it.
I definitely I'm interested. Thick slices of bacon?
Oh yeah, just giant thick sliced bacon. It's good.
That's
Like I
cool.
said, we make that in house. We just got approval to make country ham, and so I know we have that curing going on right now, but that won't be ready for another year.
Wow.
So now we have an actual room just for curing in there as well.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
just like the amount of stuff we have going on is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Most people don't really think about that. They just see sausage and beer, but it's behind the scenes. There's so much going on.
Oh, there's a lot of older techniques, and I mean,
Yeah, like
the
a chef.
pickling is excellent, man. That's like such an old technique. Preserving foods.
Oh yeah, for sure. Same thing like with Chef Ted. He's the culinary operations director. He's
He's a good
pretty
guy.
well versed. He's a real good guy. Real friendly. Kind of one of the chefs that will.
Well, tell him he's
If he
welcome to
sees
come
you,
on.
oh, yeah,
He's
I'll
welcome to
tell him,
come
sure.
on with you too.
But he's one of those guys where he sees you kind of like grumpy, whatever. He'll kind of put you aside and kind of be like, "Do you want to talk? What's going on? Do anything, kind of things."
So, that's beautiful. He
But-
can feel you out a little bit. Yeah,
for sure. But he just started country ham, and we're kind of stoked for that. So hopefully a year from now we'll have some
That's-
readily available.
That's super cool. You right away you mentioned like quality of life with Bangers and with Chef Ted. I didn't even hear more until you said that. That's cool, man.
Yeah, same way. Same thing. He's all about quality of life.
And I really think that these things these experience that you're having, and I really do. I hope for the best for this nonprofit.
Yeah.
And you like this. You can always come back here.
Yeah.
If you've ever got anything going on, or you actually get that up and going, forget if you have anything going on. You can just come out here, and
I'm right down the road, man.
yeah, no, and you're welcome to come. Really, especially because I kind of want to keep these going consistently.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was with Chef Ted and the owner there, Ben, right?
Yeah.
Those kind of characteristics, I think, are kind of going to bleed off into you. I already think that you're naturally like a genuine guy, but like with the nonprofit, like
Oh yeah, for sure.
the way that they're talking, it's
I've had some amazing chefs I worked for that just kind of inspire me to kind of be just like them.
what's funny is you're not talking about like a technique. You're
I'm just
talking about like
just the chef in general, the way they carry
personally.
themselves personally.
Yeah.
I've had that one chef that would come up to me like, "Did you eat yet?" I'm like, "No," and I haven't had anything to eat yet. He goes, "Step off the line. I'm gonna cover your station. Grab some food."
Yeah.
Chefs like that, or they just kind of watch out for you.
Yeah, there's definitely many types of people you can end up working for in this industry, but like if you get an experience like that, you take it to heart, and it translates because you want to pass that on.
Oh yeah, for
you
sure.
don't just take that and go, yeah, that was a free ride here.
Oh no, I try and manage the same way they did. I try and see the best qualities and do that. I've made it a habit that whenever I go to work, first thing I do is go in the kitchen and walk down the line and say hi to every single person.
Yeah.
Before I even go into the office and grab my knives and drop my stuff off.
See,
It's
that's
I gotta go by, shake everyone's hand, say hi to them, kind of pat them on the back, or even just kind of.
Yeah, I had a feel it was like that.
Yeah, I don't know, for me, I've had a chef that did that and just kind of. It's like the little things like that make you want to work for somebody.
Oh yeah. No, I'm like very happy that you ended up at Bangers.
Yeah.
I ran into you by chance, I guess, but I'm super happy that I did because like you seem happy, and I said good fight. You're surrounded by good people. You're good people. You're surrounded by good people. I think whatever happens after this will only aid in that process.
I'd be a stepping stone. Like I'm fortunate enough to work for a great company like this. It's we'll hear random facts, but we're not quite sure how true they are. Like had one of the front house managers make some comment about how we were like, I guess, the number one destination for a Lyft last year, and like number 2 was the airport.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like part of it could be because we're Bangers. Another,
we
sure we can.
Google it, yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure another part of it is we're on Rainey Street. That's
what I asked. What's it like working there? Because I mean,
like I said, it's good.
It's quiet during the day.
During the day, it's quiet. During the weekends, it gets pretty busy.
But in the evenings, right? Is it?
Oh, in the evenings, it gets pretty insane.
From when to when?
I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, it's just going to be insane at night. We'll have events during the week sometimes. This past Monday, we had Mega Mutt Monday.
Mega Mutt.
Yeah, so it's pretty much an event to bring your dogs out. They had some adoption groups came out, brought their dogs, and
we won't tell Finn.
Had events. I won't say anything. But yeah, no, it's good. Yeah. They had dog beer and
dog beer.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What's in dog beer?
I have no idea, but I wanted to get some for my dog when he turned, I guess, 3 years old. Since I guess that'd be his 21st in dog years. I figured that'd be
he's about to be 3. Dog beer.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find it online, Cause,
I love that.
Because for me, I thought it would be kind of funny. It's like my dog's 21 in dog years. Like, here's, your first beer.
Do you even know? Does it actually have alcohol? Is it like...
No, it doesn't have any alcohol.
Okay.
I think it's just called like dog beer because it kind of has almost like the same look to it or something. But,
okay.
Yeah.
That is funny. Your dog sipping on suds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Like out of the dog bowl.
Hey, he's 21 now, man. Gotta...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Chef James, way back to the second episode here, he was telling me he's got a guy who he's in the culinary arts, and now he's actually making dog treats.
Yeah.
What a transition from like cooking for people to like packing.
That totally is. Like when I worked at the golf club, we had like, I guess, doggy happy hour where we made dog treats in house.
So it's like totally, it's
you're
funny.
basically making like flavorless biscottis in a way.
Yeah, flavorless, not until the dog eats it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Same thing, dude. Even at Bangers, we have like a dog sausage.
Do you?
Yeah, it's
pretty much just comes you guys package it up and sell it.
No, we if you're there eating,
because you
lunch,
can bring
dinner,
your dog there.
Yeah, you can bring your dog there. We have a dog park. If you sit outside, you can have your dog with you.
Nice.
And so we make like a dog sausage, just like pork, carrots, and
I'm sure it's a hit.
Celery. That's it. We serve it cold.
Do you ever bring one home?
No, I don't.
You should.
I should, but I'd rather take my dog there one day.
What kind of? Oh, you go there with your dog?
Not yet. Right now my parents are watching them since I just moved and trying to get everything
what kind
settled.
of dog?
Dutch Shepherd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like 55 pounds, lean little guy.
Yeah.
He's 7 going on 8 this month.
Cool.
But he still acts like he's like 2 months old. Like he's so energetic. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, it's good. Like, every now and then I'll make that joke that, that my dog's my mistress, kind of, I'm paying rent for him, for a place to live, and, paying for his food,
Yeah.
Paying for his electricity, while I'm living at work.
Right,
kind of thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It is that way sometimes. Yeah.
But it's good, I do miss him at times, it's my dog.
Oh, it's got to be tough. I mean, well, your parents are helping out right now, but I mean, when you're working long hours, I mean, myself, I do this, and I'm always like, because my dog will stay in a crate.
Yeah.
He likes the crate. It's not, I've heard, I used to feel bad about the crate, and then I heard somebody like reference it to like a dog, like, living in a cave. It's not the end of the world. They actually, they'll walk in there naturally sometimes. So that was okay, but still. When you leave at 6 and you're still out at 6:30 or 7 and you're trying to get back, there's something going. Okay, I don't give
like he hates me.
Yeah, it's not. I don't care if it's a cave. He's like I could tell myself he's in a cave and it's okay all day, but like he probably needs to go outside and take a leak.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
No, like my dog, I usually let him run around, kind of run free.
Well, yeah, we'll do he'll want to play catch as soon as we get home. And I'm like, all right, 5, 6, 7. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a shower.
But, you know, like I've been fortunate enough to have like roommates who, you know, would walk my dog for me.
Yeah,
that's
great.
If they know that I'm working long hours, you know, they'll at least kind of take him outside real quick, walk
What's
him.
your dog's name?
Austin.
Austin?
Yeah, I actually got him when I was living in San Diego because I thought I was going to live there, you know, another like 3, 4, 5 more years.
Oh, so you named him after Austin?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, sure enough, like 6 months after I got him, I ended up moving back. You know, you know, I'm like, all right, Austin, we're going to Austin. Let's go, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, he forgives you.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Well, that's cool though. Well, look, man, you I was excited to get you in here, for sure. This is something that I want to welcome you to come in whenever you want to. Yeah, the door is basically open.
Yeah,
We're neighbors.
true.
Basically, right?
Yeah,
Not too far away.
right down Manchac.
Yeah, but if you feel like having a conversation, hop in.
Always, man.
Yeah, doors open. Chef John from Bangers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's great.
Yeah.